called my first case actually when I was 14, and that was for felony vandalism. I broke out some windows because I didn't have nowhere to stay. Nobody really wanted me at their house. I was one of them kids that went to every family member house. You know, I done stayed with everybody. So at this point, you know, my mom didn't want me to come to her house, and she had a bunch of junk cars in her backyard, and I broke the window to sleep in the car, and she called the police on me. And I woke up and they was handcuffing me for felony vandalism. I went to jail. It was on a Friday. I got out on a Monday. So basically I spent the weekend in there, and that was a real long weekend for me because I was like never been to jail. My homies who I looked up to that I thought was hard hadn't even been to jail yet. So when I got out, it was kind of like a badge of honor, you know, and people wanted to know how I was inside, and I kind of fronted on them like, oh, it ain't shit. You know, I went in there and handled my business when really I was crying when I went, you know, because I didn't really know what to expect. But that was my first experience with the law, and I didn't know it was gonna, you know, be that many times. But I got out. I didn't get to see a PO or anything. I enrolled in high school, and I felt like, you know, I already had a burden on me because I had been in jail, and they told me if I messed up again, I would go back. I didn't see my PO again until I caught another case, which was for a weapons charge. Where I'm from, you know, you need a weapon. Honestly, even at this point in my life, you know, honestly, I feel like I'm at risk without a weapon. I mean, you can ask my cousin right now, we got vests and all that, you know, and since we was young, had bulletproof vests and guns because we felt like where we was from was a life and death situation. And at 13, 14, 15, I was carrying pistols to the point where my mom even knew. You know, like we would be in the car at the car wash. One instance, I remember it kind of like she just went right into my back pocket and pulled out the little deuce and was like, I know this is a toy. And I told her, no, it's not, you know, and my aunts were in the car, which was funny. They really live that street life. Like they some gay girls, but like boys, butch. But like they went up to my mom and was like, look, man, Marie, you know how it is in the streets. I think you should give him the gun back. And my mom gave me the gun back, man. And you know, it might seem perverse, but I felt like the man when she gave me the gun back because I knew I was in the car with my mom and my aunties, and they knew I had the gun and I was gonna protect everybody. And we went to the swap meet and did a whole lot of shit that day, and I had a gun on me. And when I went to jail, my mom acted like she never knew I had guns, or, you know, she didn't have any idea about it. But as a child, you know, your mom letting you have a gun, it gives you a mixed, you know, I guess, idea about what parenthood should be and how you should live your life. So I caught the gun charge. The judge basically gave me 90 days when it's usually a mandatory 9 months. I went to camp. That was my first time having a camp program. Camp to me was like hell because I had a problem with authority off top. And then when people would disrespect me in jail, I didn't really know how to handle it, except, you know, let them know how I felt or, you know, touch them. And when it comes to being a juvenile delinquent, you really don't have no rights. You know what I mean? And for me to voice my opinion the way I did to certain people, it really made my experience in juvenile hall longer. They kind of like whooped my ass a lot. You know what I mean? The staff, like I could count 4 or 5 times where I really just got manhandled, you know, by grown men. And it was to the point where I knew ombudsman by heart, and they wasn't coming to help nobody. You know, they tell you write your appeal and all that, but I had handcuffs put on me so tight that my hands was numb. You know, I couldn't even move my thumb or feel it. I done been, you know, dragged by my hair, pepper spray in juvenile hall, and all I was a young man that felt like I could call you when you was disrespecting me or you was abusing your authority. I never really had issues with my peers, you know, as far as getting down. I mean, I had certain instances where I had to fight in jail, but most of the time my issue was with the man, straight up. I was the one beefing with the system. I was the one, the jailhouse lawyer, the well-read brother, but I kept going to jail. I sit back, sip yak, and analyze the situation. Ain't a person alive today knowing the monster we facing. Crucified Jesus Christ, so Marcus Garvey for Rice, shot Malcolm X in the chest, gave Nelson Mandela life. Pac died at 25, Biggie died a year younger. All my life been broke, I'm motivated by my hunger. Told my mama bury me with a 357, just in case God tripping, I don't get into heaven. If he send me to hell, then oh well, cause I just did about 20 years in the ghetto as a black male. And it can't get much harder than that. Had a lot of pain in my heart, that's why I started to rap. See, them other brothers will make you dance, but justice will make you think. You saving up for a Bentley, I'm saving up for a tank. That's just the mindset of a soldier. It's crazy, huh? But this is what I see. We are no longer slaves, but we we sure ain't free. So until I ain't gotta kill and steal from my own folks, tattooed across my soul are these words I just spoke. So who the f y'all gonna call when I break all the laws on behalf of every innocent criminal?
Yes, sir.